Okay, so what you're going to be graded on is this paper here. We went through 1, 2, and 3, and some of you were with me in small group, some of you were with your partners, and so I'm just going to be going over 4, 5, and 6 so that we can get the rest of it started. All right, so number 4. Siggy cut a 4.4 meter strip of wallpaper border into 4 pieces. The first piece was 92 centimeters long, the second piece was 154 centimeters long, and the third piece was 890 milliliters long. How many centimeters long was that remaining piece? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I need that 890 milliliters. Let's see, I've had my pen open for a while. And I need to convert that to centimeters. So I need to go milliliters. I'm going to put an MM for milliliters, and I need to convert to centimeters, which I'm going to do as cm. Now I'm coming over to my rule book, and again, in here I have millimeters to centimeters, and so I'm working back this way. This never changes whether you do customary or metric, okay? Never ever changes. Same process. So if I do my rules, my millimeters, mm, to my centimeters, for every 10 millimeters is equal to 1 centimeter, okay? For every 10 millimeters is equal to 1 centimeter. And I'm going to, my rule is I'm going to be dividing, because 10 divided by 10 equals 1. Now I have 890 millimeters divided by 10. Well, I have my 1 place value. I'm going to move that over, and it's going to give me 89 centimeters. So for those of you that weren't quite sure, don't remember, I'm going to even do it this way. Okay, 10 goes into 8 0 times, 10 goes into 89 8 times, because 8 times 10 is 80. I'm going to bring down my 9, bring down my 0. 10 goes into 90 9 times. And so my answer is 89 centimeters. Okay? Remember that when you're dividing, you're going to be moving how many zeros you have. You're going to be moving it over to the left, because that is we're moving it place value wise. So you can either, when you're dividing it, you move it to the left, how many place values you have in that 0, and it moves it over 1 time. Eduardo bought a 2-liter sports drink for baseball practice. During practice, Eduardo drank 250 milliliters of the sports drink. Then he drank another 1/2 liter of the drink after practice. So how many milliliters of the sports drink did he have left? Okay, so now he started off with a 2-liter, and then he drank 250 milliliters. So I'm going to do mm for the milliliters. ml, milliliters. And then it said that he drank another 1/2 liter of drink after practice. So how many milliliters does he have left? All right, so I'm going to do this on paper here so that we can see it. Now, some of you are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. But again, if you take it step by step, you can get this. All right, again, he started off with a 2-liter drink. He drank during the practice 250 milliliters. Then after practice, he drank 1/2 liter. Okay? And it's saying how many milliliters, which is ml. That is so much better because then you're dealing with all those I's and L's. Does he have left? Okay. All right. So since I'm needing to convert those, I need to go from liters to milliliters. So you can't see that. I'm sorry. Need to go from liters to milliliters. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. Da-da-da-da. You see here, for volume and capacity, for every 1 liter, it's 1,000 milliliters. I'm going to do the same format. So for every liter, I'm going to convert to milliliter. For every 1 liter, I have 1,000 milliliters. My rule, yep, multiply by 1,000. Okay, so if he has 2 liters, and if I multiply that by 1,000, he's starting off with, then he has 2,000 milliliters. That's how much he has total. So I know that 2 liters is equal to 2,000 milliliters. Okay? Now, I'm going to take my 2,000. He drank 250 of that. So I've already converted this, which is the same as 2,000 milliliters. And I'm going to subtract out what he drank. This is starting. He drank 250 milliliters. Okay? And I'm going to subtract that out. 0 minus 0 is 0. I can't take anything out of there, so I'm going to come over here. Takes that to a 1. Takes that over to here, so I can regroup. That becomes a 9, and this becomes, carry my 1 here. 10 minus 5 equals 5. 9 minus 2 equals 7. And I'm going to bring down my 1. So it's 1,750 milliliters that he has left. In order to check your work, you can take your 1,750 milliliters, add this back in. If I added 250, this is to check. It's 1,750, add in my 250. 0 is 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it's 2,000. So I know that my answer is correct. Oops, I'm so sorry. See, so what I did was I took my difference, added back in the 250 to get my 2,000. And so my answer of 1,750 milliliters is correct. This is what he has before the end of the game. Now, at the end of the game, it said that he drank 1/2 liter. So, let's look at this. I have 1,750 milliliters. How many liters is that then? I'm going to take my half. First of all, if 1 liter equals, let's look at this here. if 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters, then what is half of a liter equal to? Because I'm going to take half of this, it's equal to 500 milliliters. So how many milliliters did he drink? He drank 500 milliliters. What am I going to do to this? Is what was before? Is this what he has? Remaining before the end of practice. Okay, so he has 1,750. And again, I said that 1 liter is equal to 1,000. Well, if that's 1 liter, if I took that half a liter, will then be equal to, I have to take half of this. If I took half of here, I need to take half of here, so that makes it 500 milliliters. So do you see how it is? So if I have this bottle, let's see if I can draw a bottle. Kind of. And this was 1 liter. This is half of a liter, and this is, make it straight. And this is half of a liter. If this is 500, then this is 500, which will equal to a total of 1,000 milliliters. Does that help you understand drawing a picture? Kind of made my little bottle straight. So if I cut this in half, if this is 1 liter, this part is a half a liter, which is 500 milliliters. This part is a half a milliliter, which is 500 milliliters, because 1 complete liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters. So he drank half milliliters after practice. Drank after practice. I'm sorry about that. I don't know where that came from. After practice. And now I'm going to subtract this out. 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 0 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. And 1, bring it down. So he has 1,250 milliliters left. Okay, do you see how that was? All right, so remember that you can stop and look at everything that I've done. Look how that I had to bullet that, rephrase that. Then I had to go from liters to milliliters. Then I took this one here, started off with 2,000 milliliters, and then I started subtracting out. Then I went from milliliters, and I could subtract out here to milliliters. And then I took my half of a liter, and I took my half of a milliliter, and I said it was 500. And then I was able to subtract out. That would give me 1,250 milliliters that he has left. So my answer is 1,250 milliliters. All right, a salvage yard sells 2 tons of iron and 1 ton of aluminum to a recycling plant. How many pounds of iron and aluminum does a salvage yard sell? Okay, so he sells 2 tons of iron and 1 ton of aluminum. So I have 2 tons of iron. I have 1 ton